Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. Pockets running over with the dollar signs. Try to take it from me. Big time. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tim, I told you can't get your hair cut. I already told you the appointment was at 7. Yeah, I know, but we've already went through it. What time is it? No, it's not 7. Hey guys, welcome back to Thursday Night Live. How are you? What is poppin'? Your week obviously hasn't been a 10 out of 10 because it wasn't Thursday Night Live, but now that it's Thursday Night Live, it's 7 party time. Yeah, so to tell you what happened in Olds, Alberta this week, we got the COVID vaccine. So what did me and Dana do? Got the vaccine. So people have been saying they've been noticing a difference, but I'm not seeing anything. Either. I mean, look at me. There's nothing. It can't be. No, I've been growing this for 5 years. It can't be. No. Did you just make your eyelashes? But they're like... Tim, what? Did you get braces? You know you needed your teeth fixed. Okay, but... Yeah. Your mustache. Was it... Did you tint it? No, did you use the Just for Men tint? Tim, your eye color. What about it? It's different. I mean, Tim, what happened to you? What's going on here? Wait, you guys, I think we're gonna cut to commercial and just see what's happening. Figure out a couple things. So we'll be right back. Yeah. Short commercial break.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our vices, don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
There are a lot of great rotary vices on the market, but only the Norvice spins the hook. It's for this reason that it's been said the Norvice is the most innovative fly tying system on the market.
We all deserve the right to stay organized, no matter what or where your space is. Your FlyKia table will turn any space into a well-organized fly tying realm. Own your domain.
Alright guys.
What's up, folks?
No
We're
nails
back.
here.
We dejected the vaccine because obviously
Get that out of you.
things went a little south for us there. So welcome back to another episode. And sadly, it is the one episode that just gets us closer to the final episode.
Yes. Almost over.
Yeah. So I'm Dana.
I'm Tim.
And that's Tim. And hope you guys had fun with the intros. If you actually saw the original intro way back when, it's really loud. Is that loud for you guys? That's loud for us. I did a little dance for you guys, and
Resina 2.0, maybe
yes,
even 100.0.
Because the truth is, why I got it is because a few weeks ago somebody blasted me for sexualizing fly fishing because Resina was on the intro. So I thought, hey, I will sexualize fly fishing by putting me without a shirt on. And if you didn't
No one felt that was sexual.
have a come to Jesus moment there, you never will,
Not
folks.
one person thought that was
So
sexual.
yeah, love people catch fish. You guys hashtagged it. Tim got somebody up in Red Deer to slap these on a shirt for us today. But the good news is this shirt's not available.
Yeah.
Why is that good news?
Well,
I just made it up. It sounded good at the
there's nothing
time.
good about it.
Hopefully everybody here got their episode 18 kit, their fly we sent out. And I know some of you guys got it a few weeks ago and you tied it already. So, hey, what do you need us for? Anyways, what we're going to do, what we want you guys to do tonight, we have a couple really cool things. Obviously, we got giveaways.
Obviously.
And so we thought coming up to the end, episode 20, which is
Not
a
too
couple
many
of
away.
weeks
2
away,
weeks.
we wanted to turn the baking cam into what we would call here, let's see if this works.
Wes, the answer is love people catch fish. That's what it
Oh,
says.
Tim, your work, your calendar's on the camera.
Oh, look at that.
And that, folks, is a total disgrace. So, all right. What we're going to do is we're going to fix that for you guys. But we have some of the giveaways for the final episode out on a table somewhere and a camera stream to that. But apparently, Mike Dumont's still waiting for his kit. You're only up in Sturgeon County, I believe. That's unbelievable.
People in the States got it faster.
Yeah. So,
Well, don't worry, guys. This is all cash. So you
but
can go
if
walk it
you,
again.
because you guys have yelled and screamed and we've listened to you and you've called and you've, I don't know, what else have they done? Emailed.
Emailed, text massaged. all the things.
And what we got here, folks, you guys want some t-shirts. You guys wanted t-shirts. So we've hooked up with one of the greatest people in the planet, and to make us shirts. And so what this is really going to tickle the fancy is the Americans, because they are out of Florida. And I think I saw Sylvia in here already. But what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm just going to put up the website here. This is live. You can go over to the website while we BS and tell you about our week. And can we see that? It's better here. Okay, so pressandsew.com/FFBR. You go over there. They've got a bunch of shirts. They've got hooded shirts. They've got t-shirts. We didn't do this one. This one was just a last minute thing we decided to get done today for you guys who have hashtagged this. But head over to that website, pressandsew.com/FFBR, because the shirts are now hot, live, and for sale.
Yes.
So if you're American, they'll ship you straight from America, so we don't have to worry about this border issue. If you're Canadian, they will also ship up to you. But we might have a little longer, like, couple 5, 6, 7 days or whatever. We're also going to get some stock off of them and bring the stuff up here. But hey, go now. You got Thursday Night Live shirts. You got Love People Catch Fish shirts. You got Berry shirts. The t-shirts are fantastic. The hooded shirts, which are... They're not like the ones that we pre-sold, guys. Those are an athletic, totally different thing. But these...
This would be better described as like a tri-blend t-shirt with a hood, and it's long sleeve, so it's...
Yeah, so
really
if you see me wearing them on every show because I love those hooded shirts, that's exactly what they are. And I'm super picky about shirts and stuff like that. So head over there, get your shirts, get your t-shirts. They'll get them done up. They'll get them sent out to you guys. They're super fantastic humans. OQP, I believe Chaz said. That is them. Andrew and Sylvia Nixon. And I did see them earlier, but making a comment. So anyways, folks, there it is, pressandsew.com. We will also, after the show, because this kind of went together pretty quick, we will link this to our website so you can go click on t-shirts and it will take you directly to their site. Do all your transactions through them and you will be loving your life. Also, with the other shirts that we got, they're supposed to be shipping to us next week, we believe. So we will see how that goes. But that's the website for pressandsew.com/FFBR. And I can't wait to see people wearing the t-shirts.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So Thursday Night Live, Tim, why don't you take it away as always and tell everybody what it is. If you're new here, Tim's going to tell you what Thursday Night Live is. And if you've been here for all 752 episodes, well, this is your time to go refill your beer or go buy your shirt.
Go buy your shirt, yeah. So Thursday Night Live, guys, what is it? In a nutshell, this is just a group, a community, a family of people who have come together once a week to tie some flies and to BS on Thursday nights. This is our third season. We started in a brewery in Calgary. That's where we came live every week. And obviously, as things have changed with COVID a lot, for last season, the majority of last season, and all of this season, we've been in studio, which I saw an awesome comment up in the comments earlier. It was just like, wow, blown away by the graphics, how the things have changed the intro. I mean, that's all this guy over here. That has nothing to do with me. But you're right. The production of the show has changed a lot since we've been in studio, and we've been able to do a lot more with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that part. What we do every night is we're going to tie up 2 flies. So if you were lucky enough to get in on the packages that we put together for you this year, we sold these. We will be doing it again next year, hopefully with bigger goals and more headed out to you guys. But in that kit, we're tying, and there's enough material to tie both patterns twice, and we have pre-tied each of those patterns for you. So you get to see them kind of at very worst, you have a fly that you can already fish. So what we do is we get together. We're going to start off the show like we always do, just BSing with you guys, catching up on the week, seeing what you guys are about. And then we're just going to go into tying a couple of flies. Tonight, both of these flies are a little, they're pretty simple. They're not crazy. One of them is a build on from last week. One of the flies that we did last week. So tonight we're going to be tying up a Trico Spinner, if you've never heard or talked or
Trico.
Or Trico.
You guys have commented about Tim's audio. Turned it up a bit. We're trying a new mic on him, so let us know If it sucks, we'll go back to the other one, but let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We see lots of comments saying it's not super loud. It sounds good to us, but let us know if it improves or not. But yeah, so tonight we're going to tie Lafontaine's Sparkle Emerger. Last week we tied the Sparkle Pupa. So we're going to tie just a little bit of a different version of it. Both of the flies are excellent. This is actually my favorite one. And then yeah, Trico Spinner. Trico, however you want to call it. So that's Thursday Night Live in a nutshell. So let's preface the show tonight with a few things. No stupid questions. Ask away. We're here.
It means no question is stupid.
Is stupid, yeah. We're here to answer any questions that we can, have good open conversations. We do have a couple of topics we're going to discuss this evening as well. But we just want it to be an open, fluid conversation between you guys. And whether that has to do with fly tying, life, or fly fishing, really, we're just here to...
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. That's kind of what makes the show what it is it's very inclusive of all things. So, yeah. Bring back my partner.
All right.
Here.
So we had some comments about the lighting, about the audio, about all the good things. So what happens during the week? We shoot some videos. We fart around with all the cameras. So you guys keep telling us things that we need to improve on, and we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt's birthday. Matt Ryder, is it your birthday?
I think that it might be.
Okay. I saw the comments about Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sean, you can ask stupid questions, but no question is a stupid question. So when you deductive logic that statement, how do you ask a stupid question if no question is stupid question?
That is true. That's a lot of thinking. I liked my statement also.
I'm here for the drinks. Happy birthday. Okay, so why is there no Tie the Fly Tim t-shirt? So you guys have all gone to the website by now. pressandsew.com/FFBR. But what we need to do is we need to take care of Matt first. And if I can not crash, because every time we play the birthday song.
He's no Jim.
All right, Matty, happy birthday,
Happy birthday, dude. Thanks for sharing it with us. That's even better.
Spending the day with us on your birthday, that's honored, man.
Cheers to that.
Drinking a Far Weizenbach, dark, fruity, and warm. And you know what they say about that.
Back to this one.
And the Riverfest.
Cheers, bud. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Matt. We love you, man. We're so pumped you're here with us. We're so pumped you found the show. We found you. No more hide and seek with you, Matt.
No, there isn't.
And if it's your birthday, if it's somebody's birthday you know tuning in, we will hit up the song again and again. What we won't do is play the graphics because I'm like live streaming, folks. It's a real hankering. Yeah. So
That's good.
happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, buddy.
I don't want the song to end.
Apparently it doesn't want to end.
Apparently it doesn't want to end. So.
I think we do need to address one small thing, though. There was a lot of beat down Tim comments.
Oh, well,
to start
that's
the
what
intro.
happens on Thursday
Yeah,
Night Live.
well,
And
I
Tim,
thought we were starting a new trend last week and you were going to leave me alone for a while. Apparently that's not true. Comments about my age, how I grew, might have switched genders.
yes, so if you didn't see the intro, folks, you're going to be hashtag the replay squad. We've also are trying to make the show better for you guys constantly. And we farted around with a few things tonight. But what I wanted to know is this. So what, well, actually, +1 on hoodie or no? No, they're true to size.
True to size, yeah.
These shirts are fantastic. Like, true to size. I wear an XL. I'll put this XL on for you after I take the camera off me, because you guys already saw me shirtless tonight.
And I also wear an XL, but I'll just let him try it on.
Is that French for tiny? I don't speak French a lot, but one time I went in and ordered an espresso. Remember in Oman when we were at the hotel?
Oh man, that wasn't espresso.
And
that was Nespresso, and it's not the same thing.
No, that was a disaster. We
What
got
are
a
you
good
talking
story for you guys. But remember the last day when Ali took us into the hotel?
Yes.
And you guys all ordered drinks, and then I ordered something.
yes.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's just like a cappuccino," and it was like,
there's more liquid in this jar of
yeah,
resin.
exactly. Than I got. But here's the cool thing, folks, because you might have to change your mic. I don't like the tin sound.
Well, we can.
Well, when we go to commercial one time, we'll...
Sprint.
Yeah, what I'll do is throw it on me, because the last thing we ever want someone to do is see the behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
You're down there, and then the other piece is up there. What am I missing? Oh, I know what I'm missing. Our friends at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop are actually kicking butt and taking names. And because they're doing so, and because they just got an enormous shipment of stuff, mostly from our friends, other friends at Shore Fishing. We're all friends. What did they get? Okay, so Colin, who owns Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, said to me, "Hey Dana, I love the people who tune into Thursday Night Live. And because we just got a massive order from Shore," guys, tell I'm lying, I'm making this up, but this is sort of what he said. "Let's do this. Anybody who uses the promo code Thursday Night Live will get 15% off. Hold the phone, cancel that, not 15, 20% off online orders until midnight." And I said, "Colin, you're so kind. Please answer this. Do you ship to the USA?" Well, Colin, because he's so kind, said to me, "Yes, sir. What you guys need to do is to get your US shipping is mark your order for pickup and then leave your address in the notes. He will send you the invoice for the order in the morning." Okay, so you Americans, you're rocking and rolling. You want the Shore scissors that we're using on the show? Go to RockyMountainFlyShop.net. I believe somebody's thrown it up there. Where's my mouse? Okay. Go to RockyMountainFlyShop.net and you get 20% off Thursday Night Live. All in capitals is the code to save 20% off until midnight. And they will ship to the US of A. So like I said, leave or say you want pickup. And then in the notes, say you're an American, or what do you say? Order for pickup and leave your address in the notes, and then he will send you the invoice for the shipping in the morning. So, hey man, rock and roll. Jump into RockyMountainFlyShop.net. Thursday Night Live. Hit the promo code. Load yourself up. Head over to pressandsew.com/FFBR. Get yourself some super awesome t-shirts, hoodies. I love the hoodies. Super love the hoodies. And, oh my goodness.
Gonna make it over there?
Okay, Tim, did you...
I'm hooked in. I gave you the thing. See if we got it rocking and rolling. Boom.
Okay, so we're going to try changing the audio because that's what we do here, is what we call on the fly.
Well done. Well played. On the fly. So just let us know, guys. Let us know if the audio is better. Ooh, I can hear myself. So
that's sharp. That's sharper than a spoon right there.
Well, I would hope
It's
so.
also a conundrum. It's not a conundrum.
Wow.
Okay, so sometimes in the studio, folks, it gets real hot, and it just got there. It just got real hot. So,
yeah, it's a lot of camera gear heating things up in here.
is that better? Is that better, folks? Okay.
It sounds better in my head.
If we need to turn them up, we will. We just won't turn them on. Is Trish still watching? Okay, folks. We've said all we can. The real Jen Lyle is.
Yeah.
I literally lost my mouse so many times. So there's so many cool things going on tonight. We do have giveaways. Get your bingo cards. We're gonna do bingo for the giveaways.
Yeah.
We
got a newbie here, Ralph. Welcome, my friend. First show.
Ralph Berry, welcome. We appreciate you tuning in. Let us know where you're from and what are you drinking.
Yeah.
And also say happy birthday to Matt Ryder.
Well, that's great. We love seeing new people coming in.
Rick Flink finally caught us at the right time. He wasn't on the replay squad. Question: fortunate enough to grab a bobbin kit this week. Any advice in addition to advice on the Norvice bobbin?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Yeah, so probably the best thing to do, Brent, is give Tim a call.
Anytime.
And then he can kind of walk you through some of that stuff. Yeah. Joel said you're in for a treat. Well, the treat was kind of at the beginning, so.
Well, we could go for an after show.
Dana said it got real hot in here, and then Tim was changing his mic. Yeah. So, look at folks, it's Roman Quintana.
From Montana.
And
What's
Roman
up, brother?
picked up my Las Vegas Wranglers card off of the eBay. So
I
we
saw
gotta-
that. That is so epic. Like,
Yeah.
for real. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And
we'll
seeing
get
you
that
without a
signed.
beard, that's
We'll
wild.
yeah. When I was a wee little boy, 26 years old, folks, I was
26. You've
in
never been
fine shape. Like now, I'm in a shape, but it was fine.
Finer.
Sharp as a spoon back then. So, okay, cool. Let's. We came here to tie. Carl Wild. Hey, Carl's finally tuning in with a anonymous Facebook profile photo because he just couldn't ditch the fun.
Nope, can't. I don't blame him.
Doug McLean, Calgary, enjoying some Flying Monkeys live transmission oil.
Wow, that's...
I added oil, but
Yeah, I'm lying. It only makes sense.
one time when I was we were playing in Cincinnati, and I went to the Scottish pub, and I said, I love dark beer, so what's the darkest beer you got? And so they brought me what they called Old Engine Oil.
Ah.
And it literally tasted like cigarette water from 14 parties before I got there. So,
Oh, yeah.
is it guide week?
Not sure what that means.
Maybe guide school. So, really cool thing to talk about. We met the group last night.
Mm-hmm.
All the guys coming into guide school. So freaking awesome. And we pushed it because this weekend up here is a high of 1 degree on Saturday and Sunday. It's snowing and blizzarding today. So
Yeah.
we just kind of pushed it a week because, hey, who wants to sit in that kind of weather? Okay, Mark ran out of bourbon, so SOS. Tim, what does SOS mean?
Well, at any time, guys, the SOS means hang on, slow down, or give me a stop. And I need to figure something out. So anytime, especially when we're tying, need me to slow down, drop an SOS, we'll stop, wait for you to catch up, let us know when you're ready to rock and roll.
Good question. Ryan says, so after all of this stuff is over and, we become robots, he's talking about the vaccine, will we tie at the pub again? That is a fantastic question, Ryan. I don't know how to answer that because of what's kind of happened here. And I miss you people. I miss hanging out with everybody on Thursday. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what normal things are going to look like. We had kind of planned to do that this year. And then about a month before the first episode, things started changing again. So it's a lot of planning to do that. We don't know. But we do have some options and ideas that we would love to talk with you guys about. And one of them I've already talked to Justin Fisher about is running what we're going to call a satellite program at your brewery. So wherever you are from, you set up your brewery and people come in and tie, and we just need somebody to lead it, throw this on a projector, on a TV, and then we can patch you guys in from your satellite breweries and kind of connect that way. So, but as far as do we go back to the brewery? I don't know. I miss you guys. I miss the people. And so I guess we'll just have to figure it out. So like everything else, we will just continue to pivot. So Tim, let's talk about some flies. We are here to tie some flies. And
yeah, so we got a couple flies on the docket tonight, guys. First one we're going to tie up is, we're just calling it a simple Trico Spinner. Did I say it right? Trico? That's what you like?
I say Trico.
You say Trico. I say Trico. Whatever. So what is this little fella? Well, this is the smallest that I know of mayflies. It's, when you see a cloud of them, especially where we're at, it just looks like a white cloud. Hundreds of thousands of them, normally clouded up together. And the hatches are very prolific, and we get a lot of them. And we've done a lot of talking about how we fish these hatches too, and I'm certainly no expert on it. But I think this is a pattern that you kind of have to have in your box, because if you have something like this going on, and you're seeing, if you have one of these hatches going on, you really want to at least have a few of these in your box to chuck. Now, they are frustrating in that they're commonly very, very small. Okay, so we're gonna tie tonight on a size 18. And that's probably on the really big side for a Trico. So you want to go 18.
There, you said it.
18 to 22, 24.
Said Trico.
I did. But we're gonna do it on an 18, so it's a little bit bigger. It's still gonna, still gonna feel very small. But But the techniques for this fly are quite simple. We've done a rusty spinner already. It's very, very similar to that. As far as colors are concerned, you'll see a lot of Tricos tied in black or just using black thread as your base. Today we're going to use a couple of colors of dubbing, and we're actually going to go with a white dubbing and a black thorax. Reason being, when you actually see these little guys, like they are so tiny, but they're actually quite translucent. So we're just, that's why the color combination we're going with tonight. So we'll take you through that. And yeah, like I said, SOS if you have any questions, and that goes for questions about how to fish it, how to tie it, what is it, all those things. So don't hesitate to ask, and we'll just work our way through this pattern. So if you're tying out of our kits tonight, where are we here? This is season 3, episode 18. Okay, so you're gonna have 2 different bags in there. One of them is gonna be this guy here, which is our next fly, which is our Lafontaine, and then this guy in the package. Now, as we always say, remember when you're pulling these suckers out, be careful because there are loose hooks in the bottom portion of this bag down here. You can see one hanging out right there. Just be careful because there's just going to be a couple in there and you don't want to lose those. So just be careful when you're opening stuff up so that they all fall out where they should. Because that's commonly a question we get is, I'm missing a hook.
Where's my flies?
Normally they're actually not missing, they are in there. You just got to find them. Okay. So as far as the hook we're going to tie on, this is going to be a standard dry fly in size 18. The materials we're using tonight are fairly simple. We're going to use some white Antron for the wings. We're going to use some superfine dry fly dubbing, both in white and in black. And then we're using what we call micro bivets, which I will show you what they look like. You can get them in all sorts of colors.
Or just bristles off a paintbrush.
Yeah, off a paintbrush. Horse's tail works quite similar. All we're trying to imitate with those guys is just the tail of the mayfly. Okay, so we're gonna tie it with gray ones today. Is what I'm gonna tie off of this patch here. Now they are difficult and kind of frustrating to work with sometimes because they are so fine. They're very, very small and can be hard to split, all those things. But I'm gonna show you the techniques that I use and how I try to split them just to make them set properly. Okay, so let's start off by going ahead and getting our hook secured in our vise. We'll get this guy out of here. Now I am tying, as you can see, it almost looks like I'm tying on a traditional vise tonight, and that it's not my Norvise, but it is my Norvise. I'm just tying on my midge jaws. So they actually call them a midge jaw. They're designed for patterns that are like this size, 18 and smaller. So they're nice because I can get access to them, and it's a lot smaller, finer point jaw. Just another reason we love our Norvise. So what I'm going to tie with for thread tonight, guys, for both of these actually, is I'm going to tie with some, this is black.
Tim, where is that? I'm not sure what.
Sorry, what's the question?
Blake,
Yeah,
can you rephrase? What did you give?
No, I'm not sure, Blake, what you're referring to. Maybe just rephrase that for me and I can answer the question a little better. I'm not totally sure. The thread I'm using tonight, guys, is you'll see I've used it a lot this season actually, is this black nano. This is 12-aught. Anything where I go super small, I could use it. I could use it in white as well, but I use this black all the time. So Blake says, Tim, where are the shank jaws? I don't have the shank jaws in tonight. The shank jaws are pretty much my favorite jaw to use on this Norvise system. But when it comes to this really small stuff, I like the angle that I get out of these midge jaws just to kind of keep them up where I can get a better view of the fly. So we're gonna go ahead here, guys. We're gonna start our thread behind the eye, and we're gonna lay a bit of a thread base down to the middle, roughly the middle. We'll cut that out. Now you see I got a long tag up here. I want you to hold on to that, okay? Take that tag and set it aside somewhere. You don't want to lose it because we are going to use that tag. Okay. First thing we're going to do, and you have them there in your kit, is we're going to grab our little micro pivots. Okay. I want you to try to grab roughly 4 of them. Now that isn't always an easy thing to do, to count out, but 4 or 5, somewhere in there. Not super critical on how many, but we do want more than 2. Otherwise, these things are going to be barely visible. And we want to be able to split them to both left and right sides, and then that kind of creates that appearance of the mayfly tail, which is normally splayed out like that. Okay. So how long do I want these tails? Well, I want this tail to extend virtually 1 full hook length behind the fly. Okay, so if you've ever inspected a mayfly, their tails are super long. They're
Especially the Trico is so long. They're
Yeah,
just
like-
all tail.
They look almost out of proportion, we'll say. But also one of the hazards of tying with these microbivots is when you go to put them in a fly box, they can really easily be crushed or moved or whatever. So if you leave them too long, actually probably as realistic as they would look if you, in real life, if you left them that long, chances are you're gonna end up ruining them at some point in your box. But
Some questions about a white shirt based on they can't see this. I think you're gonna be a dilemma with the white stuff you put on will contrast in the
yes,
white.
so you just hang tight here, guys. Once I get, there's nothing that's gonna make these look bright. Black is probably the best color, and then once I go ahead and put on the rest of the stuff, you're gonna see that it's gonna show up the best. That's best on the black. Okay, so I'm gonna measure this at least. I'm gonna go a little beyond 1 full hook shank. I'm gonna set it back to the bend where I want it to be. I'm gonna switch hands, and I'm gonna tie that in right there. I'm gonna get a nice tight wrap, and then I'm gonna kind of pull them up and just start wrapping back down. Being very careful though that I don't go into the bend of the hook, because if I go into the bend of the hook, they're gonna tip over and then they're gonna go straight down instead, which is not what I want. So I want them to stop so that they're still pointed straight out the back, okay? Now I'm gonna leave my thread right there. I'm gonna come in here and clip out the butts. I know this is the part where we're gonna try to set those tail fibers where we want them. So right now you can see they're just, well, it's hard to see, but they're all right together, okay? What we want to do is we want to split them. So go ahead and grab that piece of thread that I told you to hold on to. And what I'm going to do, I got to cut this off so more even, is we're going to take that thread. Now watch carefully. I'm going to take the thread and I'm going to come in and go right behind my thread, wrap it around the back side of the hook. So when I pull it out, I got 2 pieces that are just wrapped around the hook themselves right there. You can see against that white lettering. Try to move a little, there you go. Okay, so it's just around the hook itself. We did this already earlier in the season on the Rusty Spinner. I'm gonna pull those 2 together. Now the goal is that I'm gonna split these little pivots apart, try to get equal number on each side, and then I'm gonna slide this thread up and through them and then pull it forward, and that's gonna cause them to splay out. Okay, now this is pretty tough because these are hard to see, but I'm gonna try to grab a few and split them. Run that right up the middle between them once you do. And see if I can show you this. You can see that they start to splay. As I tug on that more, they splay even more. Okay, so they splay out even wider. This actually works out pretty good because most Tricos actually have 3 tails and they kind of split evenly. 1 in the middle and 2 on both sides. So you get something that looks close to that. What you want to do is tug, not too hard because you don't want to pull them way up and vertical, but you tug them till they separate and then lay a couple thread wraps down over top of your thread. Now that technique is going to allow you to set them where you want them to be. You can see right there. Really like how that splayed out.
Bailu just jumped in.
Hey Bailu.
Welcome, brother. Good to see you back. You survived it. Was this your
Survived his
birthday last week?
Yeah, last week, yeah.
I think it might have been 2 weeks ago.
I think it was last week. So I just trimmed out that tag. I'm gonna lay a thread wrap down now, all the way up to the eye, just to even things out, even out the underbody. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie in our wing. Okay, so I'm gonna come back roughly 1 eye length back from the eye. Oh, this is hard to see. I'll leave it right like that so you can see. So that's basically 1 eye length back from the eye. And now we're gonna go ahead and grab our wing material. And now what you're gonna see is, it looks like this. This is just Antron, okay? Just some Antron yarn. Now, how much do you use? Don't overdo it, okay? So if I show you the edge of this fly again, the one that I tied earlier.
Just remember when you guys are tying this fly, how this works when it's called a spinner. Is you're fishing the spinner fall, so it is a very splayed, flat fly that does not sit up on the meniscus. It lays in the meniscus. So as that thought process is going through while you're tying, it'll help with what's going to happen next.
Yeah. So like Dane said, we tie these wings to lay flat. Reason being, if you imagine, like we say a mayfly, if you're to see them, it almost looks like a sailboat. Their wings come up and they're together and they're vertical. But when they die and they hit and they fall back to the water, like we call the spinner fall, those wings lay out flat. And they literally lay out perfectly flat. They're a dead bug, super easy prey for these trout to eat, and they'll just gobble up mouthfuls.
Super hard to fish.
But yeah, very super hard to fish.
Can't see it.
They're tough to see. Yeah.
Eric turned 54 on the 18th. Happy birthday, Eric.
Happy birthday, Eric. So I guess what I'm saying, don't overdo it. Don't grab more too much. You don't really, these wings don't need to, they need to be obviously there, but they don't need to be massive. So I even struggle with this, didn't know how much to use. So I'll just keep pulling a bit out until I feel like I have kind of the right amount. To curl up my fingers and I get a nice little rope. It's probably about right. Now I'm gonna split it in half. Not split, actually split it, but even it out on the hook shank, one side to the other. And I'm gonna tie in one side. So it's gonna look like this. We're tying it in almost like dumbbell eyes, guys. So I'm gonna take a couple wraps, then I'm gonna pull it, twist it so they come even, put some thread wraps on this side, and then we're gonna do some of those figure eights we've talked about before. So once I get it so it splays out to the side, like so, make sure that they're nice right up and even on top of the hook shank itself. And then I just want to do some figure eights and really try, like it's hard to work with this stuff because it all wants to separate, but I almost wet my fingers and I spin them together so they want to kind of rope up a bit and they don't have all those little bits of fibers that want to kind of move on you. And then we just really want to lock this in. We don't want this to go anywhere. So take lots of thread wraps, secure it, do some figure eights in and around. Remember when you're working putting this type of stuff on, or even dumbbell eyes, how we save our work when we've gone back and forth around and around is we save our work by going around just the hook itself. That saves it because now we're not working on just those wings, okay? So once I'm happy with where that is and I like it, I'm gonna go trim out any little errant fibers that are kind of doing their own thing. Now, as you know, I like this stuff. I'm gonna take my bone dry. I'll flip this to you so you can see. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick one very small drop right between the wings on those thread wraps. And that's pretty much gonna ensure that that's not going anywhere, okay? That's not gonna move too much more on me. I'm gonna cure that. Even if you don't have UV resin, use some nail polish, Sally Hansen, something like that, or something runny that'll get into those things and dry. Once it dries, nothing's gonna move, okay? So now I'm gonna take my thread and I'm gonna go back to where I left off at the back of the fly. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh yeah, Trevor made it.
Hey,
You guys are late. When you're late, you miss the intro.
I know, the intro's the best
So
part.
sad.
Especially this
So
week's
sad.
intro. So guys, what I want to do here is I'm going to actually trim these wings right now before I start putting my dubbing on because it's a little easier to work around. Now when I want to decide what length I want to cut this, I think of most of the times in any of these dry flies we've tied, even the last couple of weeks where we did like the Quill Gordon, we did the March Brown, when we tied in wing material, we always measured it off of the overall length of the body itself. So from the hook eye to the bend, so the part that would actually be the fly itself, we want that same length to be the length of each of those wings, because that's basically how we're always constantly measuring for a mayfly, because their wings are quite tall. So once I've kind of done that guesstimate measuring, I'm gonna come in here, trim a little bit on the long side the first time, because if it's not quite right, I'll come back and I'll fix it. And that's probably a little bit too long still, but I'm gonna leave it like so, and then when I come back to the end, I will trim those up a little shorter. Just wanna get the majority of them out of the way. Now I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna grab my white dubbing. You're gonna notice the stuff that we have here is very, very fine. It goes on very, very easy. This is just meant to be basically a wisp of dubbing over top of this thread. We're not trying to create a big bulk body. You could use some wax or wet your fingers just so you can really get a thin dubbing noodle. It's really what we're hoping for, like super thin. Go a little light on it, and then if you have to add some, add some. So let's make sure that that first wrap of dubbing starts right at the back of the fly, and then start wrapping forward. Making sure it's even. If anything, we want it to build the closer it gets to the wings, not taper down. Okay, and then once I get all the way up to the wings.
Is it possible to use this as a rusty type? Yeah. All mayflies have a spinner fall, so change your colors, change your size, change your fish, change your underwear.
Yeah, guys, this is actually harder because we're tying it super small, but this is what most mayfly spinners are consisting of, and the rusty spinner that we did earlier in the season, exactly like this, okay? We're just tying it a little bit smaller and changing up the colors. So now that I got to this point, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my black dubbing that we have for you there. And the black is, again, that super fine stuff. There's not much there. And we need just the finest pinch here, guys. Need very, very little when it comes to that, okay? Very little. We're gonna make a very short dubbing noodle, just a few centimeters long. And all this is gonna do is just be enough to coat the thread, and we're gonna do it. We wanna have enough to do 1 full figure 8 of the wings, okay? Once I do that, it creates just a little bit of a bulbous thorax. Okay?
Bulbous.
Dictionary sitting right here, my friend.
Bulbous.
Bulbous. Okay. So what that looks like to you guys?
Ben just inhaled some dubbing. That's not dubbing. That's Parmesan cheese, just like Hunter Biden.
Ooh.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear about this. Tell me.
Well, he was talking to a reporter about his cocaine addiction, and he said it got so bad he actually smoked Parmesan cheese.
Ooh.
So
Well,
when it's,
I like smoked Parmesan
I mean, when
cheese.
you're the president's son, like, why wouldn't you?
Makes sense. Sounds like a good family. Wholesome. Okay, so end of my my bodkin. Like we've done lots. I have an open hole, so it's perfect for me. I don't know what else to
So
call
what
it.
you're gonna do, folks, is you're gonna
Gonna
take
stick
this
this
open hole and just slide it down to the bulbous portion.
Yeah.
And then don't go too far, because if you hit the splayed part,
Yeah, you know.
you're gonna overdo it. Like Ben Armstrong seems to always
Oh, man.
overdo it.
Yes. The Trico Spinner by Tim. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
well.
go 1-2 wraps over top of this, slide off and over onto the eye. Do it one more time.
Ooh.
That is going nowhere, trust me.
I do trust you,
Good.
because I'm gonna fish this.
Okay. So once we get to this point, guys, I'm going to go in there and get out any little bits that are, it's easier for me because I can look on the camera and see that there's a little bit of fuzzy stuff. It's okay if it's a little fuzzy. Just don't want to get anything that's kind of wild out there. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to retrim those wings a little bit. I'm going to even this wing out because it's not the same as the other one. And once I get that done,
Oh yeah.
just be careful because once you start trimming these things,
I think the prize cam has working now.
is it? Nice. So guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. I like it.
I love it. I want some more of it. I tried so hard. Anybody know what song that is?
Nobody knows.
I can't rise
Nobody
above it.
knows.
I don't know what it
Rose.
is about this little gal's lovin', but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. If you know the name of that song, throw it in the comments. And I think I know the name and the artist. I mean, I sang it just like you would hear on the radio. So
Well, it sounded good. I mean,
probably going to get kicked off the Facebook again for
Probably.
copyright infringement.
Oh, now I'm doing it. I'm
Oh,
over
so
Okay.
Ryan asked if he missed the baking cam, and we told him that the baking cam has turned into the prize cam.
Yes, the prize cam.
And cam is not the prize, but
no.
there is a prize cam.
There's
So
prize cam.
that is the Trico Spinner.
Trico Spinner, guys.
Just choked on the white dubbing again. Stay strong, folks. We do have a halftime show. We do have a video with a knot that will not only change your life, but it will not.
Smooth
It will
transition.
not be something you want to miss.
Yeah.
They
you don't
call
wanna
me Segway. Segway Sam.
You don't want to get tangled up. Tyler.
Yeah. Okay, so folks, here's what we're going to call tonight. It's not the baking cam. It is the prize cam. Yeah. So folks, what you're looking at there, hopefully I'm not muted, and I'm not. Yeah, Roddy and Rodeo. So what we happened, folks, on episode 20, which we will release next week, we have what we call a donation giveaway. So if you would like to be a friend of the Thursday Night Live show and give yourself a $5 donation, for every $5 you donate to the show, you get your name in a virtual hat. Okay, and so what we're giving away, donated by Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, is a brand new Norvise on a custom-built resin river table. We have this, guys, this is 20% of the, we don't have everything put together yet, but there's a 5-weight Orvis Clearwater rod. There is a TFO, it's a $500 rod. I think it's a 5-weight again. We're going to have fly line. We're going to have over 30 dozen flies in fly boxes. So your fly box will be one side streamers. The other side will be dry flies, nymphs, whatever. We also have the fly box here of all the flies and the practice flies that Tim has tied this year while doing Thursday Night Live. it's probably safe to say that we're going to be at around $4,000 to $5,000 in
We
prizes.
haven't even talked about the trips yet.
Oh yeah, we also have.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Okay, folks. What's super exciting about this is that Norvise is going to go to a. Oh, and Norvise is also donating a full bobbin kit, some apparel, hats, shirts, t-shirts, whatever. We got some shirts and hats. We got some really. I'm telling you what, this is something that you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a lot of
What you
giveaways.
don't want to do is miss this opportunity. You can spend $5 for a donation, or you can spend $5,000 for a donation. All you're going to do is increase your odds at winning.
The only question is, does Rosina come with the
I feel
giveaways?
like I can come with that. So we also have Elaine Lee, Doug, donated probably a $500 box of flies, pike flies that he tied, that he's donating to the donation giveaway. That's mind-blowing. Okay, pike flies are probably $20 to $40 per fly, so that's super awesome. Jeff, we're gonna open up the donations next episode. We had a lot of stuff going on this week with guide school getting ready, which we moved, but that will be what we'll get together once we get all the prizes together. Also forgot that Shore Fishing has sent out an enormous package,
that's right.
so we're gonna just blow this out of the water, folks. This
lot
is
of
going to
giveaways.
be the single greatest final episode. It's only 3 seasons, but it's going to be the best of the 3 so far.
Yes.
There's so many prizes, and you're going to know how to donate because we're going to open it up on the website, and it's a donation. This is not a raffle. This is a donation. If you donate to the show, we want to give you a chance to win some of these giveaways. So
There's
we
a good
will.
question there. Does that pike streamer box come with a joke?
Yes, it comes with 5 free jokes from Doug. That is a really good one. Joe Manchinton for the win. Doug, you don't need to come up with a joke today because Joe beat you to it. Yeah, so we've got that brand new Norvise. We've got a bobbin kit. We've got the table. The Norvise comes on the table. We've got those 2 fly rods. We got fly lines. We've got 25 to 30 some dozen flies that we're going to package into fly boxes. So when you win one of the fly boxes, it's going to be full of streamers, dry flies, whatever. We got the other one here, which is all full of the flies that Tim has been tying all year and practicing. So when we do an episode like this, he'll tie 5 or 6 of each pattern, throw them in that fly box. That's going to go away too. Justin Shoup, is he in the house? Because he guides down in New Mexico, I believe. He's donating a trip to his lodge, overnight stay, a guided trip. I think he's got a couple days. We're working out the details, but for the Americans, because you can't come up here yet, that's something that you guys can win. And for the local people, we have a trip on the Bow River. One of our guides has donated that. So there's so much stuff. I can't remember it all, which is why I need to write it down.
Wes just messaged me.
Okay, so
Wes, he's like, "Hey, you guys want a pair of my kicks for a giveaway?"
well,
Obviously, if you haven't seen
oh,
his
yeah.
shoes, you're gonna be blown away. But
So-
yeah, go ahead,
it's,
tell him.
it's super cool. He takes the van, like incredible artist. And if you haven't seen his stuff, Wes, type it in. He's watching. So
Yeah.
Wes, what's your Instagram? People can go check it out. So he's going to donate some kicks. This is all because it's OQP, the only quality people. You guys have been so awesome to us. The sponsors have been awesome. We get to sit here on camera, make fun of ourselves and whatnot, but it's because of you guys, because how awesome you guys have been supporting the fly shop, supporting Shore, all the people who have bought new Norvices this year. It gives to the sponsors to donate back, and then we can get that to you guys. So, yeah. So there's Wes. He said, let's do some vans. So, well, now we have, that's actually priceless. You cannot put a price on that.
No.
So this all isn't one giveaway to one person. So there's going to be multiple chances to win. Bruce is a size 7.5. So Super Wesley is his Instagram. You can go see all his crazy artwork and support him that way too.
Yeah.
So trip on the bow, yes. Oh yeah. Also, I think we were giving away.
Yeah.
We need
Was
2
it?
people tonight. I think it's 2.
You said
1
two.
or 2. I think 2. 2 people from here who are local. We need you guys to come. You're going to win it tonight. Be pseudo clients for guide school. So you're going to get a guided day with our students after their 6 days of training, and you're going to get to go on their boat. It's going to be a guided day on the river. Everything's included. So if you haven't done a float trip on the bow or whatever, that's there. We also have one of our viewers, Teresa. She paid for a trip to give away to a father-son, father-daughter, mother-daughter, mother-son, somebody, and we posted that on Instagram. So this good stuff, the good stuff just keeps rolling. Although there seems to be a lot of poop and crap going on in the world, it's not true because there's so much good stuff happening here in Thursday Night Live. And that's because of you guys.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, so how do we do all this? I don't even know. That's why I'm still talking.
We will get all that sorted out. The biggest thing, guys, we actually, we can keep listing all the things that are going to be given away. It's actually overwhelming, to be completely honest. But we just really want to get these packages put together. There isn't going to just be one person that wins it all. We want to split it up a bit so you have multiple opportunities to win all this really awesome stuff. And there is a lot to go around. So that last episode is going to be a must watch and hang around for.
Yeah, and invite your friends. I mean, hey, donate $5, $10, $15, $20, and all of a sudden you've got yourself $1,000 Norweisen table.
Yeah, and it is. There's no guarantees, but when it comes to donations and giveaways, it's a pretty good odds. So, yeah.
So, how did you learn all the technical? Hey, James, Mr. Riley's in the house. So, hey guys, I just put up this website, prestonso.com/FFBR. If you're just tuning in, we've got a full line of t-shirts, hooded t-shirts, super awesome stuff, and you could go check it out, buy there, support us, get your Thursday Night Live shirt, get your Love People Catch Fish shirt. Anyone? No, nobody has sponsored a manicure.
Guys, it's
for
been
Tim.
a whole season and no one will manicure me.
How did I learn all of
Crazy.
this stuff? I will tell you this, Matt, that it's been 5 years of live streaming, and it's trial and error. Tim gets a phone call every week. Tim, you're never going to guess what I just learned. So,
I act like I'm very excited and know what he's talking about.
but yeah, sometimes it is, where do we donate? So the donation will open up next week. So next episode 19, we will open up the donation. We'll post the link. We'll post all that stuff. So, you guys can do you. So, okay. So get your bingo cards out. Oh, let's play bingo.
Bingo.
Chris just joined us, and Sean said, anyone in Calgary sponsored. Okay, so I already said that. Okay, I gotta show you guys this knot. We're gonna show you the knot. We're gonna come back. We're gonna play bingo. We're gonna give away a couple stickers. We'll do this. If you're local and you win the bingo, you get the float drip with us at Guide School.
Yeah.
If
awesome.
you're not local, you get the fly box and a bunch of stuff. It's all up here. I just didn't grab it.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
And then we'll get you guys that. So that's what we'll do. Local, you get the float trip. Not local, you get the prize package with the fly boxes from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop and the stickers and all that stuff. So, okay, guys, this is my favorite knot. Learn this knot. So Mark, we talked about it. Bingo. Okay, so Ralph, he's like, bingo, I came here to tie flies.
Yeah.
If you go to flyfishingbowriver.com/Thursday Night Live, I'll try to write it in the comments here with my other 7 hands. If somebody can write that in there, yeah, just, sorry guys, a lot of, say the time to
Mark, to answer your question though, bud, to the best of our knowledge, they are going to be shipped to us coming up Friday, which is probably going to put us about a week out after that to have them.
As soon as they come in, we'll send them
locals
out.
will get them to you guys right away, and everybody else's will be shipped out. So don't worry, it'll be coming your way.
Okay, and so the donation will just be through our website. You'll just go on there and it'll say $5 donation, and you hit quantity 10, and then you get 10 entries, which is be $50, and it's Canadian American, so it's about $3.25
yeah, roughly.
for a donation. So okay, I want you guys to learn this knot because it's my favorite knot. I use it on everything. And we're going to come back. So get your bingo cards. If you don't have a bingo card, Ralph, I set out the address. I'll try to put it in the comments. Download your bingo card. We'll play bingo for the giveaway. We'll be right back. Watch this video. Hey guys, Dana Lattery, Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters. What we're going to go over today is the non-slip loop knot. Okay, this is a different variation than what some of you might know. Very effective for streamers. Okay, we are going to tie a little loop at the top before our knot, as opposed to the clinch knot or the improved clinch knot that seats right down to the eye of the hook. This gives a little loop there, which allows some more play. I also use it quite often for dry flies, especially when we're fishing big foam hoppers or big foam stone flies or even big stimulators. What this allows your fly to do is have a little more freedom of movement, taking out some of the drag. We all know as well as we mend, we can't quite get that last little bit of drag out. And I've even used this on size 20 midges. Some people's concern is there's a lot of bulk because of the knot around the tip by the fly, but to me, I think the movement that it gives your fly is far more substantial than a little bit of bulk with what we call an invisible line. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna tie this knot. Just have a piece of fly line here, and we've got a giant saltwater hook. For demonstration purposes, it's a little exaggeratory. What you're gonna do with your tippet, okay, is pull off a piece on the end of your leader and tie an overhand knot. Sounds pretty simple. Okay, some people think that it kind of looks like a bit of a turtle. If that is the representation that you want to go with, then just remember the turtle has to be upright. Okay, the turtle cannot be down like this. As we know, an upside down turtle is not a happy turtle. So we're going to take the tag end and we're going to feed it through the eye of the hook. All right, step one complete. Simple like that. Now the variation of this one is normally people would come and tie above their overhand knot 3 or 4 times, and then they would go back through their overhand knot that they've tied in here. And if you do that, then you would keep this loop much smaller. Okay, but in this version, we want to keep that quite a bit open. And now we take the tag end, and all we're going to do is we're going to come through this big loop, and we're going to just wrap around once. And why we need this to be upright is so that we can wrap around the right side of our leader or our tippet. One full revolution. The big thing to remember here is sometimes you're going to tie this and you're gonna seat it and it's gonna slip right out. That's because you didn't get totally through this loop, okay, your overhand knot. And what happens there is you think you're through, and when you go to seat it, it pops back out. Especially with tippet where it's hard to see. This is very visual because it's a piece of fly line, but make sure that you go through fully. And then what we're gonna do is we're pulling on the leading line. Okay, that's gonna be making this much smaller. And now what you do is you have the ability to size your loop that's by the eye of the hook. Okay, that to me is fine if I'm fishing streamers and maybe I wanna get it cinched down a bit. So you just pull the tag and the leading line at different times and it will cinch the loop smaller, and then when you've got it to the size that you want, you pull on your leading line and that will cinch this down. Boom. Seat it. Done. Okay, now you know if you've done it right because, well, 2 reasons. It's not going to pull right out. And the other reason is your tag hangs at a 90 degree like that. You can see now how we have freedom and we have play in this hook. Especially for streamers, I find this very effective. The other kind of hidden bonus to this knot is that you basically get 100% line strength on your knot. So your knot isn't gonna break, it's gonna be your line that breaks because that's what's in the eye of the hook. Whereas if you are to tie a clinch knot, improved clinch knot, where it's seated right down to the eye of the hook, the knot weakens your line and it can give you 60-70% of breaking strength on your tippet. But we have to remember the most important part about tying any knot is that you tie it well. Don't worry about the numbers, don't worry about the breaking strength, worry about making sure that your knot is seated down well. And like I said before, if you don't tie it right, you're gonna pull and it's just gonna slip right out. So make sure you give it a good pull and you come in. We just clip off the tag. Some people get obsessively close, remembering that if you are too close and you're not fully seated and you go to tighten it, or you catch a fish and it tightens, this tag could pop through and unravel. So leave a little bit of tag off the end there, and then check it every once in a while. If you get snagged on something, bring it back in and check it. Awesome. Well, that's the non-slip loop knot, my version. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and let us know.
Bingo,
Oh yeah.
Bingo, bingo,
Are we
bingo.
muted? No.
No.
Okay, so folks, that's my favorite knot. I love that knot. So Matt had a good question. Could this non-slip loop knot be used on a dry dropper rig on both flies? So I will ask you the question. Do you tie your dropper from the eye or from the hook? Because that will then answer your question, because if you tie it on the hook, it's not going to, obviously it's just going to slide right off the hook. But if you tie it on the eye, down, 100%, all the time. But the question is, do you tie your droppers on the hook down or the eye down? And that's not, hey, what do you do? That's what is the best thing to do? Because I think it's a matter of opinion. Yeah. And I've actually done it multiple times where I've put one client with tied off the eye, the other one's tied off the hook. Different patterns will float differently depending how you've tied off your dropper. So I guess there's some things to think about there. But yeah, Eric's still guessing numbers because he really wants to win.
Really wants that.
So yeah, depends on the dropper, 100%. So it's just something you got to think about. If it goes into the eye, definitely. I use this knot. I almost forget how to tie the clinch knot.
Yeah, really the only time that, for myself anyways, that clinch is used is kind of one of two circumstances. One is lake fishing, where especially with chironomids or with a balanced anything, you want to create a certain angle on it, and then it's important. And secondly, speed. So I can tie pretty much blind, a non-slip loop as well, but easier is a clinch, just a quick clinch knot. If I'm like running through a run and I want to get a client who is just snapped off back on it, at least fishing a fly through a run, I'm probably going to clinch to be quick. And then,
so what's cool about that is if you go on our YouTube channel, we have what I call express knots, and I actually shared it on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Because that's tying a clinch knot with a pair of, there you have them over there.
Mitten clamps, yeah.
Yeah, mitten
so
clamps.
So they're these guys, and how you do it, and you wrap on it and you pull through it. It's so fast
it's
that
so
it's hard
fast.
to replicate that
Yeah.
with anything. So, but besides that, I don't think I would use it for anything else, to be honest.
Yeah. What do you mean?
But the thing is, guys, with these knots as well, so the knot that Dana's referring to has 100% knot strength. So if it's 10-pound test, you've got 10 pounds of breaking pressure, 4 pound, it's 4. Whereas with a clinch,
totally
or
your
improved
line.
clinched, it's like, I think it's 78% or
67,
something.
68.
Yeah,
But
it's-
I think the most important thing, watching the video again, that I said in there was, it doesn't matter. Let's not get not geeky here, but tie your knot and tie it well. So don't go out there and be like, I'm going to try a Davis knot today. I'm going to try an improved double clinch sideways Timothy Hepworth upside down knot because it's supposed to be awesome. If you don't have practice with that knot and you don't tie that knot well, it's completely ineffective.
Yeah.
So tie a clinch knot. If you're really good at it, tie it on everything you fish. If you learn this knot, get really good at it and tie it on everything you fish, if that's your thing. But don't switch to a blood knot and then go back to a surgeons and a double surgeons and then trying to think of all the other knots. What's that stupid one you learned at guide school 4 years ago?
Oh man, the uni.
Oh, the double
Uni.
uni. Good knots, but
Yeah, but why? Keep it simple.
yeah.
Rick,
And-
yes, 100%. That's where I would that's where I first started using it before I learned from
Streamers,
Dana.
yeah.
Is all streamers, because it gives you the extra articulation of it can swivel on the eye as well as the movement the fly has. So
Ralph, he's new here and he is just fitting in fine because he said this is getting a little naughty.
you're gonna fit in just fine.
Yeah. So Matt, don't be sorry for the questions, but how about running multiple flies off of a tippet ring? Could you essentially use a non-slip non-lip slip newt? A newt?
I don't see anyone who I've ever seen use tippet rings, Matt. They do use clinch knots pretty much exclusively, and I'm not well versed in the tippet rings because it's not really something we use a ton. But yeah, I mean, try it. I mean, what difference would it really make? Your fish isn't biting that tippet ring, so it doesn't need to look at it. So
I tried tippet rings for a long time and I gave up because I just thought it was way more work than tying double surgeon's knot and then having my tag stick off the end.
yeah,
But again, these are just personal preferences, and a lot of time for us, I want to get really good at 3 knots, and so a nail knot is very unobtrusive. So if you need something to go through the guides on your fly rod, the nail knot's good because it's very slender. So it works if you're tying leader to fly line, and yeah, it's and a lot of these I'm 100% not a saltwater fisherman. I wish I had more opportunity to do so, but a lot of these more complex knots do serve a purpose in building saltwater rigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but I can't emphasize enough on knowing your knot and knowing it well. Tying a knot well is 1,000 times better than tying a cool knot because it's trendy and you're about a 30% quality in that knot. Okay, folks, you're here for the bingo. Let's see if this
bingo.
works again. So get out your bingo cards. That's what we're going to do.
what do you need?
Yeah, this. I want to show them. Like always, we got a bunch of stickers.
Oh yes.
Okay, let's just say Drift Out West Fly Fishing gave us stickers. Drift Out West Fly Fishing, some fish stickers. We got a Patagonia permit, which is super cool.
Like that one.
We got a sticker for your window from High Drift Boats. And we got 2 fly boxes, okay? So one here is empty. So you can put all the flies that you've tied in it. And the other one here is what we call a trout streamer fly box from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. And then there is a painting that I found in the giveaway box, the Tickle Trunk, from Matea. So she was the impersonating Dana, my 12-year-old daughter, and she painted this. And then she also said, should I paint some more for the final giveaways? And I said, of course. So all this stuff here is going to be given away. If you win and you're local, you're going to be coming fishing with us on... Do you remember the date?
Make sure it's the 6th. No, that's the next weekend. So it would be
May 9th.
The 9th.
May 9th. Okay, folks. And then what we'll do next week is we'll give it away another one because we need 2 people to come on the guide day with us. Where are the cards at? www.flyfishingbowriver.com/Thursday Night Live. And you do have time because nobody usually wins in the first 4 calls. So head over there,
10 calls.
sign up for that, Cody, and get yourself Bruce stickers. Bruce. Robert's available 7 days a week, so if we need him.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So let's jump into the bingo scene. Yeah.
Oh, bingo.
And somewhere in here. Oh, look at that. It worked the first time,
What?
folks. Almost worked the
Oh,
first
don't
time.
jinx it.
Okay, so what's going to happen is we are looking for 4 corners. So on your bingo card, you are looking for 4 corners. Eric will gladly buy a hoodie if you win. So those hoodies, guys, Americans, those ship from the States. What I'm going to do is throw that up here. Something like this. So you guys, if you're not winning, you can be
Something else to
winners
do.
by going over there and entering your credit card. Terry, you just use your same round card as before. So let's move up to call sequence 20 and let's start this game. We're going to get 4 calls going super quick. And if you win on 4 calls, well, you would be the first one ever.
First
So,
one ever. Yeah.
all right. SOS, shore fishing, fly fishing, bow river outfitters, and set.
Set.
So on your bingo card, you will have a bingo ID like you see it up there. And if you win the bingo, we're going to call 2 really quick. If you win the bingo, you need to, international shipping is available, yes. So guys, go order your shirts. Americans, it's super cool for you because it's coming from the States. That stuff will be at your house before you wake up in the morning, right, Sylvia? No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Oh yeah, Mark. So cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mark.
So, well, Eric wins, so you can buy a hoodie because then you're gonna win and be cool. 2 for 4, Joel. Well,
It's not bad.
Americans, you win the stickers and the giveaway. Locals, you win a trip with us on the Bow River on May 9th. So, okay, because it's Western Canada Fly Fishing Guide School. 0 for 6. Cam, you've always been 0 for 6. You're an ofer.
Over.
But his thread hasn't broke, which might tell me he's not tying tonight.
I think that's exactly
That's
what
a
you could
fact.
assume. Yep.
Okay, folks, we're going to hit the next one. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Look at that. Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters, Shore Fishing, Western Canada Fly Fishing Guide School, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. We're only missing the Norvice group. Remember, folks, if you go to RockyMountainFlyShop.net and enter code Thursday Night Live, you will save 20% off all online orders tonight. Americans, you just got to click in the notes, say, I want to pick up at the shop. Click in the notes, your address, and they will take care of you tomorrow morning. Because of I had to cross to win it. 1 for 6. Chaz. Yeah. Okay, so let's call 2 more here. Spank the bank. And if you do win on call 9, you throw us it and someone wins on call 10, you still win because we can go back and track that stuff. So,
Let's
oh,
find
for
out.
Troy Tracy, just like my fishing season so far.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Oh,
All
yeah.
4 corners,
folks.
guys. Looking for 4 corners.
4 corners.
4 corners.
My favorite part is the people. The people that sit in the weeds and they've got 3 out of 4 and they're just hanging in there. They're like, I'm going to be quiet. I
Yep.
don't want to jinx it.
jinx it.
I want to go fishing. And if some of the locals didn't tune in tonight, well, that's
No
too
fly
sad.
zone.
So the no-fly zone.
No fly
which-
zone.
And we do have, I think, Justin Fisher. I think we have Chaz in here tonight. We got Barry in here. The real Barry, not the Barry that's on our shirt. What were the calls 1 through 5? Right there, Perry. Set. Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters. Shore Fishing. SOS. The Fish Missed It. Lucky Hat. Western Canada Fly Fishing Guide School. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Tip Up. Spank the Bank. No Fly Zone. 2 for 4. Well, if you fill your card.
Eventually, you got to win, Roger.
Yeah. Roger, that would mean you would have all 4 corners.
Yes. You shouldn't have waited so
Okay.
long.
All right. LDR.
Long distance release. You're good at those.
Uh,
Yes, you know it's
2
true.
for 4. We got Michael Robertson. is there any fish in the river? That's a good point. Oftentimes we get asked, is there any fish on the river? So Bruce Mathis, also a winner, whose stuff went out this week from a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Cam has a line. Sylvia, I don't think you won, but you're saying yes because you're just super positive and awesome.
Bingo!
Okay. Oh, wait.
Andy got it.
Oh, geez. He's a local.
Andy, man, local. It looks like you're coming fishing, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Send us over your card ID
yeah.
so we can double check you.
Yes. Hillbilly's taxidermy. Boom. Hillbilly. And Andy?
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah, buddy.
Come on, Andy. Type in your bingo card ID, and you, on May 9th, are coming fishing with us. We'll probably
Yes.
give you to Barry.
Give you to Barry.
I'm great at not catching fish either. I really suck at it. Doesn't mean I can't help people catch fish. 116.
Mike, I can't chug tonight, brother. I got no ride under my own power tonight. Oh boy.
Oh, there it is, folks.
There it is.
That's a fact. It didn't show up on the screen, but
There it
it showed.
is.
Oh, there it is.
That's awesome, Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Pumped, buddy.
You know what that means, folks.
We'll get the details out to you, bud, but on the 9th, you're coming fishing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, folks, that's Andy. You give us a shout, a ring-a-ding-ding, ding-dong.
Ring-a-ding.
And
Yeah, that's awesome.
get this party started here. Make sure you go over to pressandsew.com/FFPR. Pick up your t-shirts, your hooded shirts. Thursday Night Live, Barry, Love People Catch Fish. All the cool things are there on the website.
Yeah.
And now we got to tie the last fly. So what that tells us is this fly will be 2, 4, 5. After this 5, we will be down to 4 flies for the rest of the season.
It's crazy. But we do have some really good flies coming up. Which is
Yeah,
actually
we
kinda
saved
fun.
really awesome flies for the last.
Yeah, some good ones.
All right, Andy. Good job, brother. That's so cool. Has he fished before?
Andy, I know he's fished lots. I don't know how much. I think he fly fished when he was younger, and he's kind of got out of it. So
No better way to get him into the sport.
yeah. Also
Then-
a great taxidermist. So if you need
Yes.
any needs, head him up. He did my elk this year for me. Looks
Yep.
great.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy. Good for you. That's so cool. Tim, let's get this fly tied. What do you call it?
do it.
Oh, Doug's got a joke. He's even giving it for
man.
free. What do you call a magic
Oh,
dog?
we could do this. We can get one of these. We've never answered one, right?
Never got one right.
okay, magic
I'm
dog.
going to call it a Houdini.
Oh, that can't be right.
Well, it probably could.
A woofdini. This one I'm not gonna get, Elaine. Doug, hit us, Doug. What is it?
Was it Mother's Day on that Saturday? Apparently. Or Sunday. Maybe it's Mother's Day that Sunday.
Oh man, this is not good.
Our wives love us.
Oh man.
All right, we gotta actually, folks. What we do gotta do is cut to commercial and thank our sponsors,
1 second.
and then we gotta call
Labracadabra.
Cadabrador. Well, does the runner-up get the prize pack? No, we'll save the prize pack for next week.
Man, a Labracadabra.
Yes. Okay, hang on. We gotta say thanks to our sponsors. We'll be right back because we're laughing really loud, and so we gotta control and contain ourselves. And we'll be right back.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our vices, don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
There are a lot of great rotary vices on the market, but only the Norvice spins the hook. It's for this reason that it's been said the Norvice is the most innovative fly tying system on the market.
We all deserve the right to stay organized, no matter what or where your space is. Your Flykia table will turn any space into a well-organized fly tying realm. own your domain.
Boom. Welcome back, folks. Okay, so we're going to
back
tie
into
this
it.
fly, and then what else are we doing? I don't remember. But there was something at the end called What's Your Win? Best time of the night. So give us 10 minutes to 15 minutes to tie this fly. Okay, so I brought this up earlier, and just like me always, I forget to complete a sentence.
Always.
So what we're trying to do, and I think this is really going to help you guys out. So before the show, we're getting Tim. I'm getting Tim. Tim's getting Tim to tie this fly. Okay, in like a 4-minute, super quick. So you guys, and then what we'll do is we'll post those to YouTube. So if you guys did miss an episode, and you didn't want to go back and watch the whole episode, there will be 2 YouTube videos with both of these flies in a 4 to 5 minute, super quick. It will look just like this. So Tim will talk you through super quick. You won't be able to ask questions. But what we thought is some people, because you guys are on the East Coast and you got to stay up a little later, if you want to just come back, jump back in, tie that fly, you could do that super quick. So yeah, let us know if that's something you guys would be interested in. If it's not, we're not going to do it. But definitely something going forward into next year. We really want to try to make this experience better and serve you guys the best we can. So
Yeah.
Tim.
Okay, let's take it away, guys. So we're going to work on our next fly, which is the Lafontaine Sparkle Emerger. So last week we tied the Lafontaine Sparkle Pupa, which this combo is an unbelievable combo. And if you've never read a book called The Caddis Chronicles, you should check it out. It's something pretty special. But this is something that's featured in there. So go ahead, grab your other kit. You're gonna see it's got deer hair in it, which try to do your best to keep organized. We are gonna do better next year, guys, with the deer hair. We have realized some of the errors of our ways, we'll say, and we're gonna work to make that better for next season. But the materials we have in there, we're gonna have some Antron, again, but this stuff is in tan color. We're gonna have a couple different colors of dubbing. We got some deer hair, or elk hair would work as well. And then we also have a little tiny piece of mylar, if you can find it in there. It's very, very hard to see, but we'll be tying with that as well. And this is just gonna be the identical fly that we tied last week, just with a wing version. And the wing version part of this just means that this is the emerger. So the last one we would fish is a nymph, maybe a foot below the surface, whereas this one is gonna be shedding its shuck and heading to the surface, sitting in the surface film, getting ready to hatch out. Okay, that's kind of what we're talking about there. So let's go ahead and get this one rocking. I'm gonna get to this. My hook's out here. We're tying this on a size 12 today, guys. So we normally fish these a little bit bigger. I like fishing the 12 to 14. I don't go any smaller than that. It's kind of the sweet spot as far as I'm concerned. So let's go ahead and get this secured in the vise, like so. I'm going to use that same thread that I used before. So that's that nano and 12-aught. Doesn't need to be that. You could go with a 70 denier or an 8-aught, 6-aught, something like that. Don't get too fussed about it. Let's go ahead and get rid of that tag. We're going to work our thread all the way back to the bend. I want a nice thread base down here because when I tie in this next material, it can be really slippery. And I want it to have something to bind onto. So I'm going to come back to the middle of the hook there. Now, I'm going to take a pretty good sized chunk of this stuff. So of what we gave you, you could split it in half, or you could cut it in half and then tie it all in, but you might have to double it over if you do split it. That's kind of what I'm going to do. So we want to even up these ends. All I'm doing here is just going to quick trim, even them up. We're going to tie that in. It's okay, I got another braiding. We're going to tie that in there, right about in the middle of the fly, and then just start working our thread wraps back to the edge of that bend, okay? And now what I'm going to do when I get right back here is I'm going to tip it just into the back bend, just a smidge, and I'll let that, if it wants to kind of twist around that hook shank, I'm okay with that, because you'll see why that's going to kind of be important when we come to the next stage. Okay, now quickly, while I'm right here, I'm going to grab that mylar that I have, and like I said, it's super tiny, it's hard to see. This is probably an unnecessary additive, but I do like the fact that we get a little bit of shine through. So this is a shuck, which is basically the shell that this thing has been living its life in. And as it goes to shed it, we're going to basically be peering through that kind of iridescent colored shuck in at the body that's about to emerge. So that's kind of what we're creating with this appearance. Okay,
so just so some people are piecing out.
Yeah.
Jeff, arrived late, gotta leave early. We'll watch the next one online. Appreciate you, pal. Have a great night. Why put a fly on if you can't tie a good knot? That's
good. Good point, Mike.
Apparently Eric's drinking moonshine tonight. Okay, I missed somebody leaving.
I just saw Morgan say something.
Okay, Sean's got to put the girls down. Win for the week. Got a new pontoon for the river. Tested negative, and then got my vaccine. Perfect. And I believe he's talking about COVID, not other things tested.
Yeah. Where were they testing you?
Yes. Was it a throat swab? Okay, so Morgan got to leave early for a final, but Jade. Okay, awesome. Morgan and Jade. They had a huge win this week of seeing the Northern Lights. Oh, I saw her photo. It was super dope. So cool. Good job, guys. Good luck on your final.
Yeah.
Where does one grab those ceramic bobbins? And, are you talking about
the ones that we're using here? So these guys, these are the Norvise.
Right here.
This is the Norvise bobbin.
Right here.
Head on over to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. That's where you're gonna get them. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the auto bobbins from Norvise. So.
Yeah. Pretty stellar little gigs. Okay, so guys, now we got that mylar tied in. We're going to grab. You've got two different colors dubbing. Got this green one and then a dark brown. So we're gonna make a nice, again, bulbous body to this fly. So we're gonna make a dubbing noodle here. Doesn't have to be super even or tapered or anything. We can kind of go back over the area you've already put on if it doesn't look quite right. We want to create a really nice underbody that this shuck is going to go around. And we need it to be kind of bulky so that it's visible. And we're going to wrap that mylar back over it too. So this dubbing can be a little finicky to work with, but it's got really nice shine, kind of glimmer to it. It's going to come through nicely. So lay that down, tighten it up. Now we do want to leave some space here, guys. Don't get too close to that eye. So I'm going to pull some of this off because if you get too close to the eye, then you're just going to be working, as we know, crowding the eye, which is no fun. So I'm going to leave a couple eye lengths back from the eye as space to work around. Get that little bit of dubbing out of there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that mylar that I've tied in, right, like so. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to weave that and wrap it forward, okay? Just kind of open spiral as if it was wire or something like that. Similar idea. We're segmenting a bit, giving a little bit of flash to the body. So you can see it gives a nice little glimmer. We'll tie that off, right where we tied off our dubbing noodle. We'll get rid of that. Set it aside for your next fly. And then guys, this is where we're gonna pull, excuse me, this is where we're gonna pull this shuck forward. And we're gonna spread it around just like we did last week and trying to create this, I'll show you here, this one that I've already tied. We're trying to get this appearance of it completely making this encapsulating all the way around. And I'll show you how we'll do it, how we'll puff it up. And then on this one specifically, we're gonna leave it up. We're gonna leave what's popping? We're gonna leave
what's popping, folks?
We're gonna leave a little bit of that trailing shuck as well, and I'll show you how we're gonna pull that out. Okay. So I'm gonna grab all this shuck material, and you can see I just kind of wrapped it around the hook. Okay, so I'm just trying to get it to surround the whole thing, allowing it to go on all sides. I'm gonna take a couple of loose thread wraps. So I'm just to kind of lock it in, semi-locked in. I look around, I want to be able to kind of peer through it like I am right now, which looks pretty good. You can always twist it a bit to kind of create that, making sure you got it where you want it. I like to lift up the tag end and put a couple wraps underneath it just so I know that this is secure. But you need it to be just loose enough that you can still pull some of it out. So what that means is I'm going to come in here with, I'm just going to use my hook off my my whip finish tool. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to pull and tease these.
Tease that bulbous for me, Tim.
Tease it out, okay?
Tease
all the way
bulbous.
Around. Just teasing it out. Want to create a little bit more of a bulb appearance. And then from right on top, because this time we're gonna lay down some hair, some deer hair up on top here. That's gonna essentially cover up this top section, anyways. So I want to come in here with my scissors up close to where my thread is. I want to get my scissors under, grab a decent little chunk, not too big. I'm gonna snip it, And then what that's done is it's released it now, okay? So then I'm gonna draw it back and give it a little twist. And there you go, there's your trailing shuck. So that's the shuck that's starting to be shed already. That's gonna look pretty dang real to that fish, okay? I liked how that puffed up. I got that nice round, fluffy appearance to that shuck. I'm gonna come in here, once I'm happy, I'll put a couple thread wraps in front of that. Cut that off close. And then if you got any of these, because this Antron's kind of funky to work with, sometimes there's little pieces of it going everywhere. Just clean that up a bit. Clean up this head before we put this hair in. Take a few thread wraps back.
Where are the donuts? Well, our bakery in town had a COVID outbreak, so they're down. And yeah, we'll bring the donuts back. I know we failed. The baking cam is what it's all about.
No, the
folks.
prize cam was planned.
Planned. Yes, but we need the baking cam. I need the baking
I know.
cam. It
It's
brings me joy.
What am I supposed to eat on the way home?
Nothing. I'll give you
right?
something to eat.
I got a couple
A
Smokies in
bulbous.
my bag.
I'll give you the bulbous.
I actually do. I'm not just kidding. I cooked a couple Smokies and put in a Ziploc for the ride home.
Well, I'm starving,
I
so
know.
thanks. Somebody send over food. Skip the dishes doesn't come to old.
So I've got just a little pinch of deer hair, guys. I want the tips first, going into my deer stacker.
And now cue Cam, just the tips,
Just
and
the
everyone
tips.
else
Laughs.
with the
Ha
shucks. Did you get your shucks?
I'm a shook. So we're gonna tap that. Man, it just never ends. Why did
We got to make a video about the pornography.
the verbiage of pornography
fly
and fly
fishing.
tying? All right, so I'm stacked those up. Now remember, guys, we talked about this lots, but be smart about it. When hair is difficult to handle, so when you pull it out of a stacker, you already want it going in the direction that you're gonna lay it on the fly. So I pull this back end off, which is then exposes. There's the hair. Okay.
Jim Cinnamon Bun on the Jeep. So yesterday he texts me as I drive by and he goes, hey, you want a cinnamon bun? Check the top of the Jeep. So I come back and I get one of the best cinnamon buns I ever had. So today I drive by and take a photo. I'm like, there's something missing on your Jeep. It's like you can't put up a bird feeder and then one day not have bird food. The birds are disappointed.
Yeah.
So come on, Jim. And I
on.
know it wasn't Jim that baked it. It was
Be
his
better.
wife.
Yeah, of course. We need some local baking cam
Yeah. We need
donations.
Yeah. That's
Okay. So I've stacked that hair up. Now I'm gonna lay it and we're gonna tie it in right on top here. We want it to extend just almost back to that back bend, but not quite. Just basically to the back of the shuck, okay? But important piece here is we don't want to flare the hair. Okay?
Flare.
We don't want it to
You don't
stand
want to
straight
Ric
up.
Flair the hair.
You don't want to Ric Flair the hair. Okay, so we wanna be careful. We want to take soft wraps to start with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down, actually move my thread down towards the eye where I'm gonna take my first real wrap. And that one's gonna be a tight one, okay? So I'm gonna flare that, the tips are gonna flare. Now, if I let go of the hair with my fingers, it also would flare right now. But now I'm just gonna lay down some softer wraps as I move forward. And the softer your wrap, the more it's just gonna lay down, it's not gonna flare because I haven't driven pressure into those wraps, okay? So if I back my hands off, you can see just like that, it laid down just like I wanted to. But I didn't squeeze hard right next to where I wanna lay it because then it is gonna flare that hair and we kind of lose a little bit of what we want.
I wonder if you could, David, Nikki, I'll answer that question once this fly's done. I wonder if we could do CDC on this instead of the deer hair.
I would imagine you probably could. The purpose of it is really, it's not an appearance thing, it's more to keep it
up a
in
bit.
that film, yeah. So guys, we're almost done here. I'm gonna take a few thread wraps and drive it kind of into those butts because that's where we can put some pressure on. And then I'm gonna bring it back up here. Now we really only have one thing left to do, and that's to put on, you've got some darker dubbing there, you got some darker brown dubbing. So we're gonna use this, we're gonna put on basically just the head of it, like we did with the one last week. We make that nice difference in color. So take a nice little wisp. We don't need much here. Don't overdo it. You can always take some off though if you need to. So come up, and this is another way if you've unfortunately kind of got your the hair a little bit too. If you have kind of cinched on it and it stood up on you, you can use your dubbing to just put a little bit of gentle pressure on it and lay it back down.
Jacob said, no one likes pressure in the butt.
Nobody. Well, probably somebody.
Do tell.
No, I'm just saying there's got to be somebody. There's somebody.
There's
people love
something
everything.
for everyone.
Yeah. And then, guys, I can either whip finish here or I can put a couple of half hitches. I'll go ahead and whip finish this one. Come in just behind there. Now, without giving away too much, guys, if you don't have Lafontaine's Sparkle Emerger and Sparkle Pupa in your boxes, I'm just encouraging you strongly. I have fished this on just about every water system in our area, and it has done equally well. And that's not something that is actually very common. Lots of times we have very specific flies for some of our systems.
Specific water bodies. Yeah.
This is just not it. The caddis, at least in our province and our waterways, is very prolific, and there's lots of them. They hatch every day. This is just something you gotta have in your box. Okay.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Boom.
And that it is. There it is, guys. That is one of my favorites. Hope you like it. Hope you can take it away.
Some of the other beadhead ones back on the top shelf.
Yeah. Oh,
Can show what it looks like with
I
a
see.
bead. Head of beads.
Yeah, so the one that we tied last week, guys, I always tie it with a bead because I like to fish it a little bit deeper. And I'll pop it in here. So get a good look at that's the emerger, and this is the pupa. Just like that. Very, 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 very effective.
So good. That's
super
so good. Do you know how good that is? It is so good.
So good.
Speaking of PrestonSew.com/FFBR, you can order all of our latest t-shirts that we came out with hot off the press to your doorstep.
Boom.
Go over there. Check them out.
Yeah. That is our flies for the week, guys.
Only 4 left.
Only 4 left. So we got a couple fun ones though. Like next week we got the muddler minnow, which is, if you've never tied a muddler, it's kind of one of those ones that people always fear because it's actually a fairly classic fly. Yes, it uses deer hair, uses a little bit of married wing, but super fun. And we got, what else do we have next week? I'm trying to remember. You've taken the pictures already.
What?
You've taken the pictures already. I just can't remember what they are.
Yeah, I got all the pictures. So much going on right now.
And we have a game changer the last night too.
We have the game changer in the Pavs Stone. We did the Pavs Hopper. But next week is the...
Lincoln. I'm gonna look it up. I think we have it.
Anyways, what I'm trying to show you guys here is not that I'm a hood rat, but this is the shirt. This is an extra large. I wear an extra large. This is the hooded shirt that you can go over. It just has nothing printed on it. But the shirts that you guys buy tonight will have something printed on, and you can see them, and you can go right down here to PrestonSew.com FFBR. These are a tri-blend. They're so awesome. I'm so picky about t-shirts and right? Length, perfect. Length this way, perfect. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've taken the shirt off this since I got it. So, and the rally cap's on because, folks, we know what time of the day it is. It's time to sort of wrap up. But what we also have to talk about, and I've been posting it here, but you guys need to know that tonight until midnight, if you go over here to RockyMountainFlyShop.net and enter the code Thursday Night Live, you will save 20% off until midnight. And if you're an American, just for shipping, say pick up, okay, in-store pickup, and then in the notes type your address, and then Colin will contact you in the morning and he'll deal with your shipping to the United States of America. So whatever you want at their fly shop, go get it tonight. It's 20% off until midnight. They just got a whole boatload of shore scissors, which we got introduced to this year, and they're super cool. I didn't receive any stipulations on what you can buy, so maybe the Norvice is on that deal.
Ooh, if that's on the deal, dang.
Norvice, Colin, are we here? Michael, first timer tonight. You're all a blast. Also wild and out of control. Well, we appreciate you coming here. Make sure you tune in. We have 2 episodes left. We have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 of giveaways to go out on the last night, episode 20. So make sure that you guys tune in for that. We've been here since December, coming live every Thursday, and it's Thursday Night Live. And we've got, this sucks. Two left.
2 more, guys. Only 2 more weeks.
2 left.
Man.
Do you remember the beginning of this season? It was like, I'm just trying to take these graphics off the screen.
Long ways. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. But if Rocky Mountain Fly Shop opened for us to walk into, COVID did not take that way.
No.
But you just, it is their basement of their house, so you just have to call and book an appointment. And they will 1000% take amazing care of you.
Yeah.
They serve people. They love people just like us. So it's a super cool fit with the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you send them a message or whatever. The other shirts, they're not t-shirts. The other shirts were an athletic shirt. They're supposed to be shipping out to us next week. So we all know the shipping thing is a disaster. So yeah, but know that those shirts had to be custom made. Like they actually built the shirts. So there's a lot that went into those. And yeah, so Teresa, we're so glad we found you and that you found us, because Teresa has purchased a trip to give away. It's on our Instagram. Check it out. We're still waiting to get a few more nominations before we choose somebody to do the trip that she purchased. Teresa's not from here. She just found all you awesome people on Thursday Night Live and just in the giving spirit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Colin's right there. Adam as a friend, reach out to him. What is the date for the final episode?
Currently, I would say it's the 6th, is it not?
Yeah, May 6th. So next Thursday, and then the next one is the final episode.
Yeah.
So shipping sucks. Shipping sucks.
Yes, that is the truth, no matter what.
Okay, so Andrew Nixon in here, him and Sylvia are the ones that are building our shirts through Preston. So you talk about OQP and only quality people. That is them. Super grateful and blessed that we found them. So people jump in there and get your t-shirts or your hooded shirts like this. Literally my favorite shirt right now. And I think Rick was talking about getting some bigger sizes. And anyways, Andrew will take care of that. So guys, jump in there. We still have the best part of the show coming up in 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Steve, we appreciate you. I appreciate the emails, the stories you've shared with me. We're so glad that you are here. And Tammy is Tammy's pretty
awesome too.
Yeah.
Tammy was running the show for a long time when Colin was gone to work. She's
Might be
great.
more cool than Colin.
Don't tell Colin that.
I won't tell Colin
No,
that.
yeah,
I don't
tell
think
him.
he can hear me.
Couldn't handle it.
I think Colin. Well, knowing Colin's internet connection at guide school yesterday, he probably can't hear a word I'm saying.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, guide school, guys, we're so excited. We got to meet with the group last night, and I'm blown away at the people, the group of people.
It'll be a seriously fun group. I mean, all the groups have been fun, but just wow, the right people, you know.
Yeah, it's just like a band of brothers, and we're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna make it awesome. We had to adapt. The weather was horrible this week, so it is. So, okay, folks, it is time for you to share your win of the week. What does that even mean? Well, it's anything. It's anything positive in your week that was a win, that was a victory. And so we start this little segment of the show off before we let you guys go, and we'll share our win. So, Tim, you're up first, as always.
As always. One of these days, we're going to make you do this first.
Yeah.
So, what was my win for the week? Well, yesterday was actually my win. So, what I got to do, you know, if any of you follow our social media, I mean my daughter's social media, you know I have a pretty special relationship with my dad. I love him to death, and I was really trying to make something work. In these COVID times, can be difficult to spend as much time with him as we would like, just to work around the rules and everything. But yesterday, Ren and I got to take him out to one of our little local gyms, and he crushed it. And it's one of those things that's funny, because my whole growing up, my dad gave everything to us, to his kids. You know, he wouldn't fish until we caught a fish. He wouldn't do something, you know, just a giving person. And now for me to be in the position where I get to take him and I get to give to him, And a couple times yesterday, I was just sitting there, watching him and watching him interact with my daughter. And he's like, "Why aren't you fishing?" I was like, "Because that's not what it's about anymore." And I finally, it clicked, and I get it. I get what he spent years doing, because it's not just selfless, it's actually selfish, because we love to see the ones we love succeed. And Dad caught an absolute stunner rainbow yesterday, his personal best, and seeing the smile on his face, sending him pictures, hearing from my mom that, how special that is for him, it means a lot for me too. So that's my win, guys, and I hope that, in these times when it's still tough, that you're getting those times, not just with your friends and whatever, but make time for your family, because we live in a world where we never know how much more of that we're gonna have.
Yeah, and we've been showing this over the last year that somehow relationships with other people than ourselves are not important. Whatever your views on that is, that's actually a fact.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
So
100%.
super cool. So my win for the week was last night and getting to meet and hang out with all of the guide school people who are coming to guide school this year. It super stresses me out when we got to pivot a billion times, and the fact that the weather went to total crap this weekend, and I was afraid that we weren't going to be able to pivot out of it. But yeah, everybody was super flexible. I'll tell you what, Chaz, like, seeing you last
Can't wait to
night,
see you,
and
man.
we call you the fun pill. Justin, Chaz, Jeff, another super cool thing, and I think Cole Fitzsimmons watches the show, and he's a fish and wildlife officer, and he just came into the program and gave a really super cool presentation to the students. And why does he do that? Because he gets the serving people and the loving on people, and he just wants to build those relationships with the guides, because as we know, the fish and wildlife, or COs or fish cops, whatever you call them, they're understaffed and they got an enormous job. And because today is Earth Day, it's people like that who sacrifice a lot, who get overtasked with so many things. They're protecting the earth because they're stopping people from poaching, illegally fishing, illegally hunting, and they're putting themselves out there in harm's way. And so, Cole, we super appreciate last night, all the people. Colin, I wish you had better internet so we could hear more from you last night. So cool. I left that Zoom call last night. It was like 2.5 hours, and I just felt like fired up for life again. So yeah, I have a deep-rooted passion for teaching, and when somebody trusts you, because guide school is not cheap, when they trust you with their finances and they entrust in you moving forward, that you're going to mentor them with our group of people into learning how to guide. I so wish guide school was something that I could have done when I started off, because I think I wasted 3 or 4 years making a lot of mistakes. But yeah, it's super fantastic. Now you guys, it's about you guys. So Chris Nelson said, all tests passed for surgery tomorrow, gonna get my hand fixed and have to tie flies for rehab. That sounds crappy.
That sounds like a perfect mix right there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Davis Kimball, until next week, my friend.
Yes, brother.
Brent, thanks again. The TNL fam.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to walk the pooch. Have a great weekend. Well, you bundle up. So
Yeah.
wins this week. Long list. Sorry. Well, we don't be sorry.
Never. She is
Carl,
popular.
super awesome. Carl's from Olds. I don't think we've actually fished together, but we've been out at the bike racks together.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just meet once in a while in town and a drive-by, and we get to chat fishing. So I'm glad you got a profile picture, Carl.
Yeah, we know who you are now.
And win time. My win is sharing my birthday with all of you guys as well.
Man.
Okay, you know what? We were going to give this away. Matt, send an email. This is your birthday present from us.
Heck yeah.
And everybody at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. So
Happy birthday, man.
Matt, send us. I just knocked something off, and
Just
it
a
wasn't my
remote.
beer. So, hey, Matt, this is for you, man. Happy birthday. You get the fly box, the trout streamer fly box, an empty fly box, a whole bunch of stickers, and a painting from Matea of a brown trout.
Killer.
So, Matt, send an email. We will get that out to you. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, brother. Not sure if I shared it. Colin, my win, fellows, is 100% being at home and living for the shop and the river. I wish I could live my life this way every day.
Yeah, it's a
That's
dream.
awesome.
It's a dream.
Double vax for Doug.
Nice. How are you feeling, Doug?
Yeah.
That
Doug,
second one can hurt.
is it easier to tie flies with 4 arms? So Mike, his dad had a heavenly birthday the other day. I think 97, Mike. So many things. Fly Fishing Saves Lives podcast, folks. Go wherever you listen to podcasts. Check it out. Fly Fishing Saves Lives, because Mike shared a story about his dad. And if you don't have a box of Kleenex with you, well, you're going to use your brand new shirt that you bought tonight. Teresa,
I know you get this.
totally her story
100%.
she shared about why she wants to. Look at this one. Cody's working again and loving the new job.
That's
So awesome,
dude.
Cody. Laura said,
Survived a weekend outdoor survival course last weekend during the 4 seasons we had last weekend in Alberta. Yeah, and that's a real thing, guys. Legit 20 degrees above zero yesterday and snowed probably 5 hours later. So
so Laura, I think you emailed me earlier today about helping out with kids on the end of May. We're going to make that happen for you. Let us know. You did let me know. I will let you know how we can make this happen. So, yeah.
It's a win.
3 generations of family on the water, and it's so wicked to see.
Thanks, Mark.
Patty.
Thanks, guys. Awesome as always. Win got my order from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop today. Look forward to many more.
Yeah.
That's the problem once you start.
So I have to answer David's question earlier. Got my Rossetti back from repair, fast turnaround, 3 days, win for the week. So that's awesome, because nobody likes when their vice goes down.
I thought you were going to say nobody likes Renzetti. I was like, well, that's bold. That's bold.
I'm not bold.
No.
I am, but... so David said, are you going back to Oman? I believe you read the Fly Fusion article. Yes.
100%.
Yes. We actually planned to go back last year, but #COVID. And so we are going to go back at a different time. And we're just trying to figure out the fishery, because it's new for the fly fishing aspect. And when we do, we're going to open it up to hosted trips. So any of you guys want to come with us, we will make it happen. Adrian, a bunch of smaller wins, got out for a run, got my roof done. Been an up and down week, but relishing in the small wins. And that, folks, is what wins are all about.
They add up, even little ones. Jacob, he says, I feel the same. My father-in-law, Tim, he's been an amazing teacher. Now I drive the boat and he fishes. It's a blessing, man, really.
So a cool thing in Mike Hawkins' Fly Fishing Saves Lives podcast episode was he talked in the beginning how his dad always let him fish first, and he'd, and then kind of just how this like full circle came around, and then near the end, Mike was letting his dad fish and catch fish first. And I said, do you see how it comes full circle? And it was kind of a revelation in that moment. But yeah, go listen to that episode. Super cool. Craig Jones, you got this one, Tim.
Yeah, his wins. All my family is healthy. My parents and my wife got their vaccines this week. And of course, it being Thursday and hanging out with this great community. It's amazing, Craig. I'm happy you had a good week, bud.
Yeah. Rick tied my first game changer and built my first full-size tine brush on my new brush table I built.
Nice.
Well, that is the most organic thing I've heard.
Yeah.
He built it all.
Built it all.
Yeah. So I believe Chaz is talking about last night.
Yeah, it was a great night.
Okay, so Cole Clayton is Cole. Just going by his middle name or his... yeah, my one was helping out with guide school. Talked about that. Super cool. Andy.
It's great. It's so wild, but these little trips, like Andy's saying, is, got out for the weekend, got a load of firewood, roasted a wiener. That stuff, it seems simple, but it can change the perspective on a week. I get it, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I think Craig gets Cole to come and talk at their school.
Yeah. Cole is rad.
The affirmation for Cole is coming in hot.
New crossbow today. My garden pest free this year.
Do you have gnomes in your garden?
Just don't listen.
Yeah, so their accolades coming in for Cole.
Nice.
So that's Colin speaking when he has internet.
He can type. Yeah.
Big props to Fish and Wildlife.
Yeah, they deserve more.
Okay, Mark screwed up, so now he's ready to. Our youth baseball was allowed to open up, and my youngest is playing on the team that I coach. So pumped about that. Tomorrow, I finally get my first dose of the vaccine, and he's working in the healthcare system.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Saturday, after 2.5 weeks shutdown, trout season opens back up.
Nice.
Yeah, Joe Manchinton.
Stressful week, it sounds like, but easy streak from TNL through tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what we want to do, folks.
Give a
We
little
want
bit
to
of
shine the
paradise.
light into the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, Claude, who's counting? But 72 more months to retirement. Then I'm so doing guide school.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Caught a few bream on a special rod. The rod that his
Yeah.
dad first built him when he got into fly fishing. And that, folks, is why you have to listen to that episode of Fly Fishing Saves Lives, because we couldn't script it any better.
No.
Jacob got the COVID vaccine this week. Yes,
Yeah.
Ben, appreciative of Cole and all that he does.
Yeah. Roger, he says, great for Tim. Enjoy your time with your dad. I don't get to do that, and I miss it. Got to get away for the weekend with my wife for niece's wedding. Got to spend a little time on the home water, something I haven't been able to do in quite some time. It's little things, man. And yes, I do. I'm becoming more aware of what that limited time might be, and I'm trying not to see it from, I'm sure, what your perspective is, but cherish it. Cherish every second.
Bags, my win for the week, my son Wesley was telling me he wanted to do for his birthday the other day. He was telling me that he wanted to go fishing for his birthday. Can't tell you how much I loved hearing that.
Yeah, that's special. Oof. You've done something right, man.
All right, Doug, you have
out.
yourself a fantastic night.
Night, Doug. Ryan, my win is, well, it's a shitty one. We've started potty training.
No
and
pun
painting-
intended.
And painting my boat this weekend. Well, Ryan, stick with it, buddy. It's a long process, but it does pay off when you don't have to change
I'm
diapers.
still potty training Tim.
Yeah, sometimes.
The lakes are starting to open up here. Can't wait to get out and do some fishing.
Yeah,
So baffled that he didn't get his, like,
I know. It is not
That's-
that far away.
yeah, that's... Another guy commented that they just got theirs in Drayton Valley, and it's like, that's 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it's like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Cricky Nuggets.
Cricky nuggets.
Appreciate you, pal.
Yeah.
Tom Pape. It was Pape, right? Remember he said
Yes,
Pape like tape.
Just like tape.
Tom Tape like young people like Greta Thunberg taking care of Mother Nature for the win.
Happy Earth Day, everybody.
Yeah.
John, my win, just been on all-around good week. Put together a plan to fish the driftless area for 5 days next week, and the weather forecast is good. 5 days of fishing. Dang.
Yeah, we got
Jealous.
6, well, 5 in a classroom day, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, little one had her B day. Wife got her spinal surgery day today in a few weeks.
Nice. That's so good to hear, Cam.
That's good.
Happy she's getting that, man.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Jazz, win. Guide school fired up. Met new faces. Can't wait to hang out with all of you for 6 days. Oh man, I can tell you nobody's looking forward to it more than us, so
Yeah.
can't wait.
Doug has no side effects.
Can you see your tail?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's tucked in there.
97 is his dad, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Riley back.
Riley. Said he had to fly out to South Carolina to check on my 74-year-old mom after she was found on the floor in her home. She is recovering well and is in rehab to get better.
Yes.
Always prayers coming your way, man.
We
Thank
saw
you
that
for
on
sharing
Facebook.
that.
100% with you, Mr. Riley. Keep us posted. Keep us posted. I guess one thing is that we say I had to fly out there, or
I got to.
I got to fly out there. So that's a blessing that
Got to see
whatever
it all.
in the world was happening, you got to go out there. And sometimes things like that happen. I love when my hat's up. That's what I keep doing.
Keeps light on your face.
Yeah. Bruce, tomorrow's a boat day. New bike for the racks. Off next week. Fishing, Bruce.
Yeah.
I
Peace.
believe me and you, Bruce.
Whitefish Day.
Yeah.
Barry, our win yesterday. We helped my brother sell his 25-year-old cutting horse, delivered last night. It'll finish his day with 6 wonderful kids instead of ending up at the glue factory. That's
so
a win,
cool.
man. That's so cool. So cool.
Thankful work picked up this week and starting to keep my crews busy.
Yeah, that's a blessing, man.
That's so cool.
Yeah, looks like
Found some
Ryan
brown
found some
trout.
brown trout. He used to only find brookies. Not sure where the browns came from, but hey, take the win, man.
Yes.
Brookies are awesome too, though.
Another awesome night with winners. That's a fact. Terry said it
Terry.
best. Yeah, David, did you see our film 9 Foot Rod? It was in the Fly Fishing Film Festival last year. We were trying to get a hold of that film so that we can
Show it to you
hopefully
guys.
play it on episode 20. But yeah, watched my adult son act like a 12-year-old when he hooked a huge G. Huge G. I want to know what a huge
Me
G
too.
is.
I was gonna try to assume, but I got nothing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Was the huge G in the G spot?
I don't know. Was it a good spot? I don't know. Oh,
Okay,
man.
you got this one.
All right, Mike. Had a water leak. Quoted a couple $100 to fix it. Fixed it myself. For $14. Got dirty and got to work with my hands. That's a win, dude.
Those are cool things because I remember 2 months ago that was with the car.
With the car, yeah.
It was leaking, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is gonna cost thousands of dollars," and it was like, it's $180 with an oil change. Well, obviously we don't need to change the oil. We just need oil.
Need more oil.
But those are super awesome.
Yeah, that's great. James, that's awesome, man. Yeah, he saw me and my daughter out yesterday, and his 4-year-old
Is he out there?
granddaughter. No, I think he just watched us on Instagram, but now she wants to fish with me and can't wait. Man, for me, that is everything. That's literally our why we do what we do and why we share it. So that's great, man.
Steve Poirier, you have yourself a good sleep. We'll
Yeah.
see you next Thursday. Mark reiterates that Mike's podcast hits home so hard. I was bawling driving into work. Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, Mike, we're not ditching this aspect of it.
No.
We sort of did this at the pub. We've always been live, but
Yeah.
it's that fine line of going to the pub, but we will not lose you guys 100%. That's if the pub doesn't work to keep this atmosphere going, we won't do
We
it.
won't go there. Yeah. It's hard to replicate what's happening here, guys, so we understand that. Don't worry.
A future win would be meeting some of the wonderful people in this group.
Yeah, man.
That's super
Man,
positive, yeah.
that's all we want. We want to meet you guys.
Yeah.
It feels like this long distance relationship is killing us. Yeah.
Michael McCottery.
Said I've got the day off with my daughter tomorrow. We're gonna go look at some flies. My wife gets the vaccine on Sunday. That's a win. That is
Nice.
like time with your kids, man.
All right, Jacob, looks like it's the time to walk the dogs is at night. So you have yourself a fantastic night.
Night, Jake.
Well, win being that you guys are COVID free.
Yeah.
We are free of
We're free.
COVID.
No COVID here.
Drove up to Highway 40 at Burnt Timber Creek with my wife and dog to check it out. Great day on the house.
Nice. Little days. Not sure what he's referring to there.
Yeah, I know. It's the second one.
Yeah. Sounds like for
Okay.
Mark, my win is being able to do so many things that I love that keep me going every day, and having a great lady that doesn't give me too hard a time for doing it. And like you said, props to all the fish and wildlife officers. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy week. Great weekend, Mark.
Great to hang out with community-minded people.
Yeah.
Gotta go, guys. Rick Flank's out. Ben's win was getting out of the water for a few hours this week with a good friend of mine and sharing some laughs together while fishing.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, huge
Now I got
brown.
one. There
There
you
it
go.
is. Now we got the story from
Now
Scott.
we got it. That's awesome, Scott.
Yeah. Another wicked show. Great night, everyone. Yes,
Night,
yes,
buddy.
yes. We don't want to miss any of these wins here because they are what keeps us fueled up till next Thursday.
Yeah. Jeff, my win is getting away this weekend with my love on the east side of Washington, fishing some high desert lakes into the evening and soaking in all the peacefulness. That sounds pretty good to me.
Mark picked up his first Fish Cat pontoon boat.
Nice.
Ron booked a fishing trip to Idaho with my brother and 2 others. Fished together for 30 years. Now that's the people I love to guide. It's
Yeah,
when
right.
people have been going forever and they choose us and they entrust in us on their day on the water.
Oh, Yes.
Okay, so Mike, yeah, so we shipped it to wherever, and it went under your wife's name actually. So that is probably where it is. So, well, you'll have the fly soon, and
Then you can come back and watch it. Tie it up later.
yeah, and so Barry's in guide school. He missed the meeting last night because I believe he was delivering the horse, and like a 4-year-old in a candy store.
Yeah.
Without parents watching you. My job wasn't too happy about my travels, but hey,
Family
it's
comes
what
first.
matters. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might get some rain for our South Texas rivers tomorrow.
I'm guessing that's a good
Yes. Yes. Can't wait to come fish with you guys.
thing. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, we had to chat about what is a fly, what is a fly fish,
Yeah.
and then we were all the tongue twisters. So.
Yeah.
Andrew, my man, you are coming up here. We're going to make it happen. All right, Doug. Good night, brother.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone. Win. Got back in for the wins. He put his kids to bed and he got back in for the wins.
That's awesome, Sean.
So, Sean,
Nice job.
share some more.
Yes.
Love you guys. Thanks for another amazing show. I'm going to be lost in 2 weeks. I know it gets super weird. Hopefully, everybody's super busy and fishing. But yeah.
You know, guys, we don't disappear in 2 weeks. So we've put this offer out so many times to you, but never, ever hesitate to reach out in any way, shape,
Yeah.
or form. I know Dana, myself, we will always answer the phone, answer a message. If you need us, we're here. This community that we built, add these people as your friends on Facebook. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're the ones you can lean on when we're not here to facilitate that, okay? So, but we're not going anywhere. We're here.
All right, Teresa, she was golfing today. It's why she was a little late, but
Bye, Teresa.
it's 9/11. You know what that means. Be-doo, be-doo. Okay, folks. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your wins, for sharing funny. The ability to keep it light, to keep it funny. Some jokes go offside and nobody gets offended. But then we can wrap it up with some solidarity in being vulnerable with each other. And that, my friends, encompasses perfection in friendship. And because you guys are awesome, I think our friendship is perfection.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So we will be back next Thursday, and we will have all the details of the final giveaway, the donation giveaway, where you spend $5 and you get yourself an entry. For every $5 that you donate to the show, you get an entry, and there's 4,000 or 5,000, like a brand new Norvise, a custom table made by Corey Mahan, a resin with a little river flowing through it that Norvise is mounted to that. There's fly rods, 2 of them for sure. I don't know what Shore's sending. We're waiting for it to show up. The Norvise was sponsored by Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. We've got 25, 30 dozen flies. We're going to package up in fly boxes. Those are going to be giveaways. We got a trip on the Bow River. We've got a trip down in New Mexico with Justin Shoup.
Yep.
Pair
Pair of shoes coming from Wes.
of shoes coming from Super Wesley. So check that out. There's so many cool things, guys. I don't even remember them all. And as I go, I remember them all. But I'm already gone.
Yeah.
So I can't come back and share them. So I will try to write them down. Okay, we got Justin.
There he is.
Caught up in tying some flies. Big win this week was getting to meet everyone in guide school. Looking forward to seeing everyone in person. Yeah,
me
such
too,
a
buddy.
fun night last night.
Super fun.
The best part is love people catch fish. So
This way.
Drew, I think these shirts might be a hit. So we might have to add that to the
Yeah.
arsenal. Right?
Love
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So,
No,
okay,
you
guys. That, my friends over there, is my friend. My friend.
Wow. I'm Tim.
Tim.
That's my other friend.
I'm Dana.
We love you guys.
One last thing I totally forgot to share with you guys is the Bow River Trout Foundation next Wednesday has a virtual presentation about keeping fish wet. So they're meeting, I think it's a Zoom call, so go to bowrivertrout.org and the details are there. Check out their Instagram, their Facebook. And so, yeah, they're doing a virtual event. I guess there's prizes, whatnot. So that's April 28th at 6 p.m. bowrivertrout.org. And they are doing a presentation with Keep Fish Wet. I totally forgot to share that. They asked me to do that, and I am now remembering that. Having said that, keep fish wet. And don't
Great
know why I
topic
just
of
said that.
conversation.
Yeah. Okay. We gotta go. You guys gotta go. We love you.
Love you guys.
Hate to say goodbye, but I love to
Love
watch
to
you
watch
leave.
you go.
All right. Love you guys. Peace out.